This is a standard driver's license. And this is a hallucination. In our latest audit, EasyOCR turned the P in Pennsylvania into a Y. If you're still using Tesseract, you're used to unrecoverable noise. But there is a critical difference in how these models fail. Tesseract failures are final, while EasyOCR leaves predictable signatures that we can fix. For an architect, those artifacts aren't failures, they're opportunities. Later in this audit, we will show you the exact logic fixes that turn these messy results into clean, production-ready data. Today, we're auditing EasyOCR to decide if it's a viable replacement for Tesseract. We're putting this baseline through a suite of messy text and unstructured forms to see if the upgrade is worth the effort. We'll cover the CUDA environment, the custom timer decorators, and the stress tests that prove why reading text just isn't enough anymore. You need to know when your model is thinking and when it's just guessing. Before we look at the logic, let's look at the specs. We're dealing with an Apache 2.0 open source model that supports 80+ languages, and most importantly, it offers a 100% local security profile with zero API exposure. We've documented the full Python environment and the audit scripts on the GitHub repo link below so you can replicate these stress tests on your own datasets. First, the environment. We're running Python 3.11 with CUDA 12.8 support. If you don't map your Torch install to your specific GPU drivers, EasyOCR will fall back to use the CPU and your processing times will skyrocket. We're pinning Pillow to version 10 to avoid the anti-alias deprecation errors that often break EasyOCR installs. Now for the code. After importing the libraries, notice we're initializing the reader object globally. You never want to instantiate the model inside a loop, or it will reinitialize for each loop. We load it into VRAM once, which saves seconds on each subsequent image. To benchmark EasyOCR, we're using a custom timer decorator. The GPU flag is set to auto-detect. If your environment is mapped correctly to CUDA, the model loads directly into VRAM. If not, it falls back to the CPU, and you'll see that reflected immediately in our timer logs. To help EasyOCR with smaller text, we've tuned the text threshold and added a small margin to the detection boxes. This is the manual tuning that modern OCR VLMs have largely automated away. We're putting it through the same gauntlet used in our master tier list videos: tables, invoices, ID cards, and handwriting. We're finishing with a golden document, a highly unstructured form designed to find the model's absolute breaking point. Every result is being compared against a ground truth text file to calculate a bag of words accuracy score. We're using a frequency-aware bag of words audit to ensure we aren't just checking if the words exist, but if the data density matches our ground truth. Now we run the app. Notice the speed. Each image only takes a few seconds to run. Also, the accuracy starts high, then goes to almost zero. For the first image, a table, here's the output. The confidence scores are high, and for simple, high contrast text, it's solid. But notice the structure or lack of it. It's returning a list of strings, not a logical JSON object. Look at these tildes and brackets. In a production pipeline, these aren't just errors, they are predictable signatures of a legacy baseline. For an IT professional, this is a 5-minute regex or translation fix. By purging these artifacts programmatically, we transform a messy extraction into clean, usable data. That gives us the truer, higher accuracy you're looking for. We aren't looking for perfection from a C-tier model, we're looking for data that's consistent enough to be recovered. With that cleanup logic in place, let's see how the model handles a more unstructured challenge, the invoice. Moving to the standard invoice, the limitations become clear. While the characters are mostly accurate, the spatial layout is lost. Without table transformer logic, the line items and prices are jumbled into a single stream of text. The driver's license was a significant struggle. The different font sizes and colors, security holograms, and background patterns confused the model, leading to several character hallucinations. In a production identity verification pipeline, this would require heavy manual intervention. However, you don't just accept raw strings. An architect layers a fuzzy matching dictionary over these specific headers to resolve the hallucination before it hits the database. By checking the model's best guess against a known list of states, we can turn a C-tier failure into a reliable, recovered data point. This is how you architect for higher accuracy. With the header validated, let's see how the model handles the lack of structure in our handwritten document. On the handwriting test, EasyOCR reached its breaking point. It correctly identified that text was present, but the output was largely unusable. It lacks the deep learning context needed to decode cursive or non-standard lettering. We suspect the model included very little handwriting samples in the training phase. Finally, the golden document. As expected, this was our worst performer. Our bag of words audit showed a massive drop in data density, and look at the confidence levels. Most are below 0.5. The model simply tripped over fields it couldn't confidently classify. It's a stark reminder of why developers and architects have moved towards agentic vision. EasyOCR is more accurate and on a GPU almost as fast as Tesseract. Ultimately, you migrate to EasyOCR when your priority is accuracy with clean digital text, especially if you have the VRAM to power it. While you can manually tweak thresholds and margins, or even attempt to preprocess the images with OpenCV, these are not consistent strategies. What optimizes one document often introduces a failure on the next. In a 2026 production environment, we're looking for systems that consistently reason through the noise, not just those that are free to use. Our final audit places this system in the C tier. Choosing the right tool is about more than just the price tag. It's also about the reliability of the output. We've shared the audit scripts and the Python environment on GitHub. If you found a specific threshold or a pre-processing pipeline that stabilizes this baseline for handwriting, drop the logic in the comments. We'd like to see if we can push this C tier score any higher. Keep building, and we'll see you in the next one.